Historic. On the play. Against Jund Food. Not a keepable hand. This is a keepable hand. So this version of Jund Food plays 4 Onicult Anvils, but its only removal in the main deck is 4 Fatal Push. There are no copies of Claimed the Firstborn, which is one of the most tricky things a lot of the time. Less so for this white-black version of the deck, I suppose. Oh yeah, actually, because it would drop Kaya's Ghostform off. Yeah. So very happy they don't have Claim to Fame. They do, however, have 4 copies of Culling Ritual, which is strange that they can afford to play that, but that will definitely completely destroy me. It doesn't actually stop Kaya's Ghostform from working, but it is still, like, a super strong card, so we'll see what we can do. Cauldron Familiar. Okay, I can live with that. I think I go for Light-Paws here. If I can Rune of Sustenance it to get an All That Glitters, and then put the other All That Glitters on it, and give it flying, they shouldn't have much they can do to... I mean, they can still Fatal Push it on the stack. So not a lot of ways around the fact that I need to dodge Fatal Push for a while. This is not a hand that is equipped to answer Fatal Push. If I draw an untap land and go Sram Ghostform, that's pretty reasonable at least. Do we get the Fatal Push on Light-Paws immediately? The hover over it makes it look like that's something they're considering. So, rough. No, they just develop the Onicult Anvil instead. I can probably accept that. Untap land? No. Inquisition. And unfortunately, this aura isn't white. I could Inquisition instead of playing the Ghost form in an attempt to get rid of Fatal Pushes from hand. I could also Rune of Sustenance the Light-Paws, actually. Lose the opportunity to double all the glitters, but get a land draw. Okay, that's off. Perfect. I want the Rune of Sustenance draw to happen before I have to choose what I grab with Light-Paws. Because if I draw an untapped black source here, that dramatically changes what I'm grabbing. I don't. I get a Thoughtseize. Okay. That sucks. In that case, I think I just have to grab Ghostform now. Okay. Mayhem Devil, no ability to sack. Okay, untap land? Make my life happy? No. Thoughtseize. Okay, well, I need to get this big enough to survive Mayhem Devil now. Skyblade, or Sentinel's Eyes is probably better than Skyblade's. No, probably not. Giving this flying to get over chump blockers is probably important. If they happen to not have Fatal Push, I think this is what I'm supposed to do. It also lets me rebuy Skyblade later, but I'm probably not going to have enough mana for that to matter. But I think at this point I just have to hope they don't have Fatal Push. I think that's my out. I do actually have Lethal next turn, I guess, if they don't have Fatal Push. That bit's cool. I can Ghostform a Light-Paws, which pumps it up to 8, and then go fetch a 1-power Aura, which pumps it up to 10. I can get an Aura to remove Gilded Goose if they happen to top deck that as a blocker, but if they hold up the ability to sack food. I guess if they gain any life at all, I don't have lethal currently. Although top decks could change that. Alright, we take a little bit of damage. Okay. And they're debating it. Deadly Dispute. Drawing cards. Okay. So 2 more shots at Fatal Push. Call Under Familiar to gain a life. Requires me to draw a 1-drop aura now to have lethal.
Round timer started.
Would like this to not be Fatal Push. Okay. So 1 mana aura wins the game. That doesn't do it. They didn't have Fatal Push, so they're not likely to top deck Fatal Push. So I think I'm just supposed to develop Sram and put the Ghostform on Sram, because it ends up being the same amount of damage.
Announcement received.
I would like to deliberately... Oh, this is a tough choice. Valor of the Worthy gives me a flyer to continue doing damage. Oh, the flyer's kind of irrelevant. They're very likely to be able to kill it with Mayhem Devil. Alright, so we get Sentinel's Eyes so that we're guaranteed more auras if they kill Light-Paws. We're gaining a significant amount of life. It still kind of just comes down to... Well, at this point, actually, I don't have a way to remove a flying blocker, because I don't have another aura. But my life total is good. So Goose technically still currently is keeping them alive. Mayhem Devil is not good for them. So it has to be Fatal Push now, or untap green land, Goose. Okay, but they haven't conceded yet. So probably Fatal Push then, if they haven't conceded yet. Or enough ways to sacrifice stuff that they can kill the Light-Paws, I guess? Yeah, it looks like they drew Fatal Push. Can I win through that? Probably not. Maybe with Mox Amber? No. I can't draw cards. What if I return Skyblade's Boon to my hand? They kill Light-Paws in response and it still ends up going to the graveyard? Rough. Okay. So Inquisition, they Fatal Push Light-Paws in response. Yeah. Light-Paws comes back. Nothing in hand. Alright, my life total is still 28, which is, you know, pretty good. I can swing with 2 lethal attackers if I wanted to. I don't think that's good enough, but let's find out. Stack these triggers so we draw first. Oh, right, always end up drawing first. That's part of how this works. Okay, is that lethal? I can remove 2 blockers. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. At the very least, this clears out both Mayhem Devils. Oh no, the 1/1 can block. Alright, well it clears out 1 Mayhem Devil. And we get to recast the Sentinel's Eyes. So we get to get a Ghostform for Light-Paws. So they need another Fatal Push currently. That shouldn't do it. They can't kill Light-Paws. We get to just put Skyblade's Boon in hand and play it on Light-Paws and lethal in the air. And 26 life should be safe enough. Well, actually, 6 life... No, Light-Paws will do more than that in damage, because Skyblade's Boon picks up a damage spell. And all it glitters, mostly. They don't even actually want to kill this Sram because it puts Sentinel's Eyes in my graveyard. I guess I don't necessarily have the mana to do that. Plus, like, Light-Paws is legendary, so it activates the Amber anyway. Alright. They did not find the Fatal Push in time to stop us from setting up, even though we got stuck on 2 lands forever. Light-Paws is a fun Yu-Gi-Oh card. Okay. So let's see. Culling Ritual is going to be a problem. Thoughtseize is going to be a problem. Hidetsugu Consumes All is sort of a problem. Can be a problem. Soul Guide Lantern's a problem. Outland Liberator's a problem. Corvold's a problem. Most of their deck is a problem. Oh, do they not? Huh, they have the option to companion Lurrus in game 1 and they just choose not to take it? That's wild. Okay, well, I definitely want Inquisition. Heliod's Punishment normally comes in against green-black food, in my opinion, because it hits Lurrus, which you need answers to, but if there's not going to be a Lurrus here... I mean, having more 3-drop auras to fetch Rune of Sustenance and all the glitters seems valuable. I'm not actually convinced I want this many Thoughtseizes against... Well, Culling Ritual and Hidetsugu Consumes All, actually. I probably do want all the Thoughtseizes against. Valor of the Worthy, I'm comfortable trimming. On the draw, can I trim a land? I don't really want to, and I really want to bring in Heliod's Punishment. I might need Mox Ambers, though. Mox Amber does not seem like the right card to have against Culling Ritual and Hidetsugu Consumes All. I don't think I'm supposed to play Fatal Push. Alright, I think we roll this. Oh, no, they can't main deck Lurrus. Mayhem Devil costs 3. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you wanted to start pointing that out. That I definitely know how Lurrus works. In my defense, I'm pretty sure every other card in their deck except for that one card allows Lurrus. Okay. What do we got? One creature, very vulnerable to Thoughtseize, very vulnerable to Fatal Push. But I don't think I can mulligan a hand like this. I don't think that my average 6 is better than this or more resilient to hand hate enough. I mean, like, I might prefer if I had a 3rd land with this hand, because at least it would mean that I could put Lurrus in hand on turn 3. Guaranteed. Okay, second creature's great. Goose is fine. Okay, not a Fatal Push land is nice. Lacking my 3rd land, is this a world where I just Thoughtseize first before playing a creature? And which side do I play this Brightclimb Pathway on, black or white? I suspect white, and I suspect I'm jamming a creature. I sort of already regret the white... No, well, yeah, because if they don't do anything, I sort of want to lead on Sentinel's Eyes on Spiritdancer, I think. Yeah, no, I should have put that on black. Because going Thoughtseize Ghostform is probably what I'm supposed to do next turn if I don't hit a land. And if they're only representing Fatal Push off Phyrexian Tower. Oven, okay. Oh, they're representing Fatal Push off Goose. Right. That's how that card works. What am I doing if we top deck a land? Probably Sram into Ghostform? No, I'm probably supposed to play around Culling Ritual, right? Although, Culling Ritual really, I don't understand when to expect them to bring it in, or if this is a matchup where they would have even thought to. Trail of Crumbs and Witch's Ovens make it so weird to have to Culling Ritual. Do they not have a third land either? They don't. Interesting. Okay. In that case, I think I start with Sentinel's Eyes and then Inquisition. I don't care if they Fatal Push in response to this because they're setting themselves back a food token. And I'm still getting the draw out of it. And Sentinel's Eyes in the graveyard doesn't hurt me at all. Yeah, there's the Fatal Push. Actively seems decent for me. There's the client hating Fatal Push. Am I supposed to cast Thoughtseize so that I could take a Culling Ritual or a Corvold? Or am I supposed to cast an Inquisition? And all that glitters isn't helpful. They can play a 4-drop next turn, but Culling Ritual is useless in this spot. I think that means I Inquisition. It's going to make me unhappy if the only hit is Culling Ritual, and I can't go Sram Ghostform next turn because of it. Oh, wait, no, I could do that. It's Fatal Push. Okay. Well, I definitely feel like I want to take Deadly Dispute. It seems like a bad card for them to have for me. They can play Mayhem Devil if they wanted to here. Well, Thoughtseize takes Fatal Push. That at least denies them that. They get to make a food token, though. Oh. Cauldron Familiar. Yeah, still gotta take Fatal Push. Cauldron Familiar is awful. They can play both and then just sit there with Mayhem Devil up to answer Sram. I guess I can Heliod's Punishment the Mayhem Devil. We just really want to find a third land in time. So what they can do here is they can sack the food for mana with Gilded Goose. What? Oh no, that can't be what they intended to do. Oh no, they meant to sack the food for mana and float it. And then sack the goose to Phyrexian Tower so they could play the Mayhem Devil and the Familiar. Man, I'm restarting the recording because I'm just sitting here feeling so bad about that. I wish there was a way I could help them take that back, but there's no way to rewind the game state in that situation because it actually makes a trigger. That's the kind of scenario that I would very clearly, if it was possible to restart a game, request that we could, but... And, like, we can restart the match, but if we could, like, rewind it, I wish that was a feature. Well, that's a bummer.
Announcement received. Round timer started.
Okay, on the draw against Is It Phoenix? We will be mulliganing. Opponent also mulligans. Can I keep this? I guess? I think I keep this. That feels weird, though. Do I care about a Hive in this matchup? Yeah, there's the potential that I do. Well, that was not a good draw in this spot. Okay, we get rid of Opt. Or, well, consider. Better than Opt. Pay attention to what I do, not what I say. It's more correct. Faithless looting immediately. That's not helpful either. Alright. A race to see who can top deck their stuff first. Currently, looking like them. Because I've played 2 spells and I'm out of spells. Oh, jeez. Alright. Well, hopefully this is just one Phoenix. It is in fact just one Phoenix. Thank you for using removal spells on my Sram. I don't love the Arclight Phoenix, but I do love my Srams being less dead. Do I Thoughtseize here? I suspect I do. It's not going to ever be more useful than this. Oh yeah, that was a good Thoughtseize. Okay. Time for racing top decks. Would love if you killed this Sram. No, just faithless looting. Okay. Well, worst case scenario, I can put Lurrus in hand, which will eventually race Arclight Phoenix, but the opponent's getting a lot of draw fixing here. Best case scenario, I find the lifelink aura for Sram. No, a Spiritdancer. Phoenix has been discarded. Painful. Okay, Lurrus goes to hand then. Developing the lifelinker currently important. I think more important than developing the Spiritdancer. Maybe I'm just supposed to play for my top decks, though. Jeez. Okay, we really need them to not hit untap land 1-mana spell. But there's a lot of those in the deck. It's a 1-mana spell. Oh, okay. Okay. Stellar draw. Thank you, deck. This means not playing the Lurrus this turn, but shutting off the Arclight Phoenix is also quite good. Ooh. We actually... No real chance. Okay. I could fire up the Hive next turn to eat an Arclight Phoenix instead of playing Lurrus. Okay. Alright, we see the Phoenix come back. That's priority. 1 Phoenix. That's a shock. Sram down and the Phoenix back. So we get to play Lurrus into Sram, which still has the potential to race. All the glitters. We have 1 Pillar of Flame gone, 1 Pillar of Flame remaining. Finale of Promise also remaining. All right. No Phoenix in hand is good. That was lethal. We can all the glitters up the Lurrus to try to start gaining life. 2 lands gone. Alright. Opt. Okay. No other Phoenixes in the graveyard yet. Cat's trying to get in. Not acceptable. 3 Unholy Heats remaining. Bottom. Okay. How many counters left on this Heliod's Punishment? Quite a few. 1 red mana. Holding priority here hurts. Rune of Sustenance. Okay. I believe I all the glitters the Lurrus first. Okay. Thank goodness. Then we... Sentinel's Eyes the Spiritdancer. Then we all the glitters the Spiritdancer. Spiritdancer can't die to Unholy Heat anymore, which means we get to put the Rune of Sustenance on it. Lurrus also can't die to Unholy Heat anymore? I guess I actually just win at this point? I mean, Lethal's cool too. Okay. Woo! Wow. I don't know if I got a little crazy lucky there, or... What a weird start to a game. Okay, what on earth was my sideboard plan in this matchup? It was like trim Thoughtseizes, bring in Inquisitions, bring in Esper Sentinels, trim Valor of the Worthy, trim all that glitters, trim something else? I think I didn't play Heliod's Punishments. I think that's what it was. Does that mean that I actually kept the all that glitters? It might have. Or maybe I kept more Thoughtseizes? That's a lot of auras to cut, though. I'm going to play a punishment. Yeah, it feels okay. Yeah, alright. Sure. Okay. Yeah, this is a game plan. Is it a good game plan? I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is a good game plan against Phoenix. Yeah, Pillar of Flame. Uh-huh. Yeah, no attacks. I don't think I'm actually supposed to trade a Sentinel for a Dragon's Rage Channeler here, even though the Dragon's Rage Channeler helps them fill their graveyard. So one Pillar of Flame used, one remaining is their only exile-based removal that Lurrus can't get my stuff back from. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Don't mind. Okay, there we go. What a familiar looking hand. Magic's a delight. You should remove the Sram opponent. I really want you to remove the Sram. No! 2 mana removal! They brought in the Abrade, huh? Okay. Oh, Heliod's Punishment sounds fine. Don't mind if I do. Alright, let's start off with Sentinel's Eyes, because we could draw a tap land. We did not. Okay. So Sram now out of range of Unholy Heat for the time being. We get a swing with the squad. I think... No, I had multiple Srams. I didn't need to protect Sram from anything. It was better off pumping the Esper Sentinel. Both Sentinel's Eyes were. Dragon's Rage Channeler doesn't surveil on spellcasts anymore. Stomp, 2 triggers. Presumably I get to draw 1 card? Maybe I get to draw 2. Light-Paws, pretty good. With 2 Sentinel's Eyes triggers? I don't think that's lethal unless I top deck a 2-mana aura. I wonder how audible the cat outside just yelling his mind off is. Alright. Spiritdancer. Well, I mean, that's good, though. Alright, Spiritdancer. Light-Paws. Do I want those Sentinels in the graveyard? Probably. So let's put this on the Sentinel. Draw some cards. At this point, I think I am playing around Anger of the Gods. That feels like the way I lose this. And I think that actually means getting Ghostform. And also potentially meant I was supposed to put that on the Spiritdancer? I feel like I'm not playing this particularly well, which is good because my deck is bailing me out. My expectation is Anger of the Gods just doesn't come in this matchup. And so it's not something that I should play around. But, okay, well, we win. They could go untap land. No, I'm pretty sure I can play around untap land representing a removal spell. No, they don't. Okay. Understandably so. Okay, well, better lucky than good. I am happy I am very lucky. Okay, we are on the draw versus Jeskai Control. This is a weirdly decent hand that I almost feel incentivized to keep. The Mox Amber is pretty bad. Yeah, okay, I'll keep this bad hand. I mean, if we do draw a land into a mulligan, this is pretty strong. I mean, I don't even necessarily need to immediately...
Announcement received. Round timer started.
Thank you. I can kind of get away with not drawing a land for a couple of draw steps. Well, 3, really. Okay. Rest in Peace actually makes Kaya's Ghostform a little stronger. I do not hate drawing Sentinel's Eyes, because it does actually let me go Light-Paws into Ghostform immediately. Alright, well, we will need to draw a white source for that to work. In the meantime... Oh, my opponent doesn't actually have a second white source. No! The Kahira can get played! Alright. We've done it. Hand unlocked. Yeah, definitely not blocking. Willing to play the Sram. Willing to play the Ghostform. Here we fetch Valor of the Worthy. Gives us a 1/1 if they manage to remove Light-Paws with Teferi, which gets around the Kaya's Ghostform ability, but the 1/1 flies so it can kill the Teferi. 1 on top. They have no copies of Commit to Memory. 1 copy of Justice Strike. Archmage's Charm draws 2. Yeah, that's good. Got another Thoughtseize for this, probably. Sentinel's Eyes is interesting. Okay, let's start with Thoughtseize. Opponent wanted to hold up something. Wanted to hold up Cycling. We get rid of the Teferi. Very happy about that. Alright, let's see about pumping Sram up enough to get over this Kahira. Although I can tap it down this turn. All that glitters. That's beautiful. Okay, let's get Glaring Aegis. This protects the Light-Paws from the 1 of Justice Strike. I'm in a game. One unknown card. Yeah, let's go ahead and all the glitters. Try not to draw the Cartouche of Zeal. Succeeded. Should be able to win if they remove the Sram, not if they remove the Light-Paws. Okay, so we get Cartouche of Zeal. We leave the Kahira unable to block. Settle the wreckages? No. Okay. 2 lethal threats, no blockers. No successful removal spell. They could have cycled Shark Typhoon into a removal spell there, I suppose. Alright. What do they have on the sideboard? Fry's probably coming against me. Farewell, maybe. Fry does white creatures, yeah. So I imagine... Oh wow, like every single card in their deck is good against me. I guess maybe Justice Strike gets cut for Fry at the very least. And then maybe the 2 Dovin's Vetoes? So I'm bringing in Inquisition, I'm bringing in Esper Sentinels, I'm cutting Heliod's Punishments and Rune of Sustenance and Glaring Aegis. And, I mean, Mox Amber was real impressive there, but it is definitely the cut here, I think. Yeah. I think I'm supposed to keep this for the same reasons as why it worked last time. Definitely infinitely sketchy, but I think I'm supposed to lead on Inquisition rather than Sentinel. Okay, we'll take the March, place Sentinel plus Inquisition, taking Expressive Iteration. Sensors or Dwari Disruptions? Any? No. Okay. Start with a land anyway. I suppose I Thoughtseize here and take the Shark Typhoon so that I can Inquisition the Fry next turn. Got a lot of weird cards that aren't stellar, but Mox Amber makes Light-Paws into a good draw. We're kind of past the point in the game where Sentinel's actually great, weirdly. I could Sentinel's Eyes the Sentinel, but that makes Light-Paws worse. Yeah, I'm not actually willing to do that. No Archmage's Charm here, they would have shocked. Probably just a removal spell for Sentinel. No. Representing something? Holding a counterspell? No, Archmage's Charm would have shocked. Cartouche of Zeal gives us a lot of excitement if we manage to draw a red land, but mostly just want Light-Paws. Although at this point, opponent's drawn so many unknown cards that it's kind of unlikely our Light-Paws actually lives. The trouble is that I really don't want to put any auras on Esper Sentinel. Not with the threat of Archmage's Charm stealing it eventually. Shock. Ooh. Narset. Okay. Pay for that. I can punch the Narset. Whoa, not paying, and we drew Light-Paws. Okay, ironically we can't actually get Cartouche of Zeal here. Okay, for the Justice Strike, sure. Okay, yeah. This is a spot where I would normally get Cartouche of Zeal with Light-Paws to kill the Narset, but I can't do that. Alright, but we do get to do some stuff. Because we know about the Teferis, we can Sentinel's Eyes the Light-Paws, snag Valor of the Worthy. But that's weak if the Narset finds a removal spell that the Teferi gets up to take for. Normally I would get Valor of the Worthy here, but I think I'm actually supposed to get Cartouche of Solidarity instead. And just have this 1/1. Because otherwise if they can hold off on removing the Light-Paws until my turn with a Fry or something. Yeah, that is exactly what we wanted to play around. So now they can't uptick Teferi, hold up Fry for Light-Paws. I mean, they can still do that, and they should still do that, but I get to kill the Narset at least. This still isn't like, actually good. And I do get to put Lurrus in my hand in response if they let me get to my... Well, they... Alright, now they do it on the instep. It was only if I got the other aura that they had a reason to do it on my turn. So yeah, play Teferi, uptick, end of turn, fry Light-Paws. What? Okay. Archmage's Charm for Light-Paws, I guess? Shark Typhoon for 1 to save the Narset.
I won't forget our time together.
Do I want this on Light-Paws? Yes, because I want it back in the graveyard if they kill Light-Paws. Okay. So we still have the Cartouche of Zeal in hand, unfortunately, which is rough. Teferi actually has a really strong incentive to downtick on this 1/1 here, weirdly enough.
Let's skip to the good.
They might have another removal spell for the 1/1. Unfortunately, that is wicked useless. I probably can't win from here. Ouchies. We have a Light-Paws in the graveyard. I really want to draw the red-white fast land. It's kind of ideal, but I don't think that there's too much mana here. Can't really win anyway. I think that's actually a mistake. It's a lot harder for me to beat a hard cast Shark Typhoon in this kind of spot. Snag a Valor of the Worthy. A lot of removal spells kill Light-Paws here, but this leaves us with a 1/1 flyer. I still kind of need the Light-Paws to not die regardless. Yeah, there goes the Light-Paws. We will draw it again eventually. But the 6/6 Shark is a problem. No! Anger's good. It's a very long way away from ultimating, but we're dead next turn to a Shark, and I don't have life gain. I mean, I can make a flying Lurrus, but Teferi can downtick on it. Okay, so if we can give Lurrus haste... Okay, top deck a Shock land. There's exactly one draw in my deck that can manage here. I don't believe that's it. Yeah, if we drew a red source for Cartouche of Zeal to kill Teferi and gain life, we had another turn. And the opponent had nothing, and also drew nothing, and also didn't get anything off the Narset. I could trim in all the glitters for a Mox Amber here. I'm probably supposed to do that. I was probably supposed to do that last time, too. Alright. Let's see what we can get done on the play. Yes, absolutely. Definitely willing to keep Esper Sentinels on the play. The lack of another follow-up threat is concerning, but 2 Esper Sentinels is much better against Archmage's Charm than 1. 3 Esper Sentinels is also good. This is looking familiar. But they actually play Anger of the Gods. Guess that means I'm incentivized to Kaya the Ghostform one of these. Archmage's Charm isn't as bad now, if I'm going to get to draw a bunch of cards off of it, that, like, getting my Kaya's Ghostform blown out is fine. I can live. Willing to Ghost Form this. I get a 3-for-1 if they kill it in response. Okay. Don't think I'm willing to commit anything else here. But this insulates me from Anger of the Gods quite a bit. Kind of feel like they have to Anger here if they've got it. Life's real tough for them if they don't. So now they can cycle Shark Typhoon for 2 to start blocking. They're incentivized to kill the Esper Sentinel with Kaya's Ghost Form on it if they have Anger in that case. If they do that, I get to play Lurrus and put the Kaya's Ghost Form back on it. How much should I be caring about single target removal? They can march, exiling a card to remove 1 Sentinel. And then pay for all 3 triggers. But that still only answers 1 Sentinel. Cartouche of Zeal on red is interesting. Don't think I'm supposed to want to do that. Hate giving them the time for this, but I don't believe I'm supposed to commit more to the board yet. Ironically, now that I have the red source, the Cartouche of Zeal is actually okay. So now Cycle Shark Typhoon for 2, wasn't willing to do it at that point in the game, or just Fry an Esper Sentinel, pay for 2 triggers, give me 1 card. And which Sentinel do you Fry? Archmage's Charm, steal the Sentinel that has Ghost Form, put Ghost Form in the graveyard. I draw 2. March, not exiling anything, so I draw 1 card. I'm targeting one of the ones that's not the Ghost Form on it. Interesting. Okay, we draw Sram. We like that. Anger still seems like the primary threat. Archmage's Charm stealing the Ghost Form one continues to be a possibility. If they Archmage's Charm at sorcery speed to steal an Esper Sentinel, which they shouldn't do, I could do 5 damage with Lurrus, 6 damage with Sentinel, put them to 2. That doesn't feel like that's the right timing for that. Okay, they pass the turn. 7 damage. Opponent missed a land drop. Okay. Post-combat Sram. Sentinel's Eyes of the Sram. Draw a card. Response? I don't want to put it on anything else. I think that's too weak against Archmage's Charm. I haven't made a land drop yet here, so that's an incentive to play out Cartouche of Solidarity. Light-Paws. Interesting. I think I'm still supposed to cantrip Cartouche of Solidarity. They're incentivized to remove this in response. Okay, well, we draw our land. They remove it in response, pay 2. I don't need to worry about Sentinel's Eyes. The opponent just does not have the time to mess around playing with Rest in Peace when there's Esper Sentinels in play. Needling through some points of damage. Because I took out the 1/3 aura, I can't play Light-Paws into Sentinel's Eyes and make it immune to Justice Strike and Lightning Helix, unfortunately. Lightning Helix does represent gaining a lot of life. Have to play around that. Narset. Trigger. Okay. With the Cartouche of Zeal in hand, if they pay for this, they don't. And they don't. Okay.
I train every day. No one is more prepared than me.
1 mana, no Narset downtick. Meaning, opponent's on march. Oh, I'm 1 mana short of this. I thought I could Lurrus and put Ghostform on it and then still Cartouche of Zeal something. Shoot. I can still play Lurrus Ghostform. I really wanted them to have to do multiple things in response here. I think if they march this Light-Paws, I still don't have lethal on 1-off. Unless I can play Kor Spiritdancer into Cartouche of Zeal. I can't draw a card. That's a problem. So I can't get Ghostform off this Sentinel's Eyes, because there's another Sentinel's Eyes in play, but I can get the aura that gives me a 1/1 flyer. And from their perspective, I could also potentially grab a Cartouche of Zeal. There's the march, exiling a card. Okay. As per Sentinel triggers, but we can't draw cards. We play Spiritdancer, we put Ghostform on it. We can't draw cards. We're representing lethal attackers that they have to do something about. Lightning Helix gains life, and they don't have to pay for Esper Sentinel triggers at instant speed anymore, or at least not on my turn. But Sentinel's Eyes on Spiritdancer, Cartouche of Zeal on Lurrus. Means they need answers to 2 threats, or Lightning Helix for Lurrus. Oh, Lightning Helix. Okay. I think I need to kill the Narset, or at least represent it. Alright, Narset gets ignored. They can Lightning Helix the Spiritdancer again at the end of turn. I can't play Lurrus out. Helix the Sentinel, then Anger. I might be able to beat that. We still have the Cartouche of Zeal for... Oh, they gained life. Shock. Anger. Opponent pays for 1, 2. Alright, final round of Historic. On the play. Against Is It Phoenix. Cannot keep hands without creatures. Oh, this is a very good hand without a creature. 36% chance of drawing land versus going to 5. We have nothing to do if we fail to draw the land. We have a lot to do if we eventually draw the land. Well, this can definitely lose. But I think I'm supposed to keep it. Too much chance we win. What was with that audio cue? Or rather, this hand has a way that it can win, absolutely, with the right top deck. Is the right top deck likely? No. But I gotta take the gamble. This is the Aura's life. Opponent bottom some cards, draw some cards. Does not hold up removal spell. It gives me an out. One more chance to draw a land. Phoenix, Denwich. Yowzers. Alright, well, there's always the next game. What does this do in its alchemy version? I have no clue how this... Oh, they like modified the toughness, didn't they? That's how it changed. Okay. Oof. Striker Rich is cute. Alright, well, I'm in a lot of trouble. How many Phoenixes? I think that's 2 Phoenixes? Plus Demi-Lich? Just kinda like 3 Phoenixes? I mean, I can't really beat that. I might have been able to beat that if that land had been last turn and then I'd drawn a 2-mana aura, but yeah, nope. There be no outs here. Presuming my opponent can enable Delirium, which, yeah, they probably can. Alright, Esper Sentinel's in. Inquisition of Kozilek in. What was I doing? Thoughtseize is out. Valor of the Worthy out. I think I trimmed like 1 punishment. I don't remember. Did I trim Rune of Sustenance? That seems like maybe not what I was supposed to do. Did I trim more Thoughtseizes than this? I don't actually remember what I did. 1 Crackling Drake, 1 Ox of Agonis, 1 Seasoned Pyromancer, 1 Demi-Lich. That's a lot less targets for Heliod's punishments. I definitely did something previously. Let's see, 1 Brazen Borrower in the sideboard as an answer to a big creature. Plus 2 more Flame Blessed Bolts. I can probably kill 1 more Thoughtseize. I think I'm going to keep the Rune of Sustenance. I don't remember if that's what I was doing. I don't remember if that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay, we take the play. We mulligan hands that don't have creatures. We keep hands that have creatures. We ship this Light-Paws. We strongly regret the Shattered Sanctum coming into play tapped. Wow, that hurts a lot. This is not shaping up to be a particularly functional hand. Although it gives us something to do if we hit another untapped land at least. Cool. Okay. Inquisition. Removal spell for Sentinel for 1 mana? No. Okay. Flame Blessed Bolt, Unholy Heat. Yowzas. Okay then. Alright, Light-Paws. We can draw a 1-mana aura here. There's like maybe a chance. I didn't even really talk through my line there. I just kind of blue screened on seeing the opponent's hand had multiple removal spells and multiple expressive iterations. So the idea was taking one removal spell, hoping they use it on the Esper Sentinel. They really should have waited until end of turn and taken 1 damage, I think. Because they should have held the removal spell and ended up using it on Light-Paws. Okay, that's stellar. They also... Wow. Okay. Opponent having a bit of my luck from last game. We Ghostform on Light-Paws, and then we all the glitters. We snag Sentinel's Eyes. Oh, should I have gotten a 1/3 aura to make it out of range of... No, it's still out of range. Okay. Rune of Sustenance, Lifelink, and out of range, and we draw a card. Okay, so Brazen Borrower or multiple spells is their answer to Light-Paws now. How close are they to Delirium? Pretty close if they end up Faithless Lootinging. They get rid of a land? Oh, they drew a land for the turn. Okay. So they're going to go off on Phoenixes. So how this reads to me. Okay. Well, I get to Inquisition here, which is decent. And then we can deploy Sram, which makes more top decks better. Only 1 Phoenix? Wow. Okay, somehow I am getting lucky here. Alright, Inquisition guaranteed to hit at least Expressive Iteration, and in fact does hit Expressive Iteration. Could Sentinel's Eyes, Light-Paws, puts it up to 9 power, get another Cartouche, puts it up to 11 power, Arclight can't block, not lethal. Yeah. Alright, so we're just going to attack and play Sram then. Now Sentinel's Eyes is lethal if they just play 1 blocker. Crackling Drake seems like something they might be likely to play, but I don't know enough about Phoenix to know if that's what they're guaranteed to go for, or if they're just going to try to draw Brazen Borrower. Okay, that should be lethal. I'll take it. I cheesed that win, but I'll take it. Now we gotta do it on the draw. I sort of feel like I just need more hand hate here. I can probably cut in all the glitters for a Rune of Sustenance, though. Maybe? Probably not. I hate this plan. That's probably wrong. I've kind of lost any clue of what I'm doing. But better to embrace that than get tilted by it. There is a plan that says, if I don't know how I'm going to sideboard, my opponent can't know how I'm going to sideboard either. Opponent on the play, us on the draw, not a keepable hand. Opponent also mulligans, that's good. A very familiar hand. Once again, I think I'm supposed to keep. Oh, thank goodness. A strong part of me says I'm supposed to take the Flameless Bolts because they exile, and having Lurrus do things is an important part of this game plan. Okay, so we get to play Esper Sentinel here. And we get to put Sentinel's Eyes on it, which helps tax our opponent for their removal spells additionally. Next turn, I get to play Mox Amber and then Sram, Sentinel's Eyes on Esper Sentinel. Opponent can remove both of my creatures, but I draw 2 cards. Esper Sentinel was such a stellar draw there. Wow! I'm lucky. Okay, Mox Amber. I don't want them to be able to kill Sram with Mox Amber on the stack, so I have to do it in this order. Play Sram. Sentinel's Eyes, targeting Sentinel. Flavorful. Ooh, I love it. I guess they could kill Sentinel here, paying for it, and then kill Sram at sorcery speed. And I didn't really think about that. Okay, but they choose not to. Alright, that's what we were thinking. We hit the mana that we get to put Lurrus in hand next turn. Alright, Expressive Hurts. Tap land for the opponent. Light-Paws. Excellent. Alright, how many hand hate spells you got? Sorcery speed 1? Not gonna be good enough today. Okay. There is a very, very, very good chance we're just going to be safe and get Ghostform. Okay. We have a game. Opponent's definitely flooding, but we have a game. Okay. Sentinel. Ghostform on Sentinel. They can remove Sentinel in response, but then I'd actually get to Sentinel's Eyes anyway. Very tempting to get the Aegis here. No, it only puts it up to 6. So not good enough. Cartouche of Solidarity then. For the first strike and the additional creature. Okay, alright, alright. The Esper Sentinel tax doesn't really matter at this point. Faithless Looting. Opponent's in it. Phoenix gone. Dragon's Rage Channeler flying. Opt. Oh, I think they still have a land drop too. So they can definitely Faithless Looting here. I imagine this is Unholy Heat from the way they're looking at this. Want to top deck it, remove Light-Paws, get the Phoenix back. They need the Phoenix in the graveyard for Delirium. If it comes back, Dragon's Rage Channeler is on the ground. Petty Theft, also good for them. If a bunch of auras go into the graveyard, then I can cast Sentinel's Eyes. Okay. So Phoenix comes back, but Dragon's Rage Channeler is on the ground. Can't attack through Light-Paws. Wait, what? Oh, they hit Sprite Dragon off the top. Gross. If we did 2 mana aura with Light-Paws, we can go get Lifelink and probably win. You hit Light-Paws instead, which isn't helpful. Okay. Sentinel. Get Glaring Aegis. Doesn't do much. Combat and swing. Wow, the Sprite Dragon bin so the Dragon's Rage Channeler got to attack is going to make such a difference here. I need to top deck a 2-mana aura real badly. Phoenix, but no mana. Any 2-mana aura would do. Six. Sentinel's Eyes is 8. Nope. Not gonna get there. Wow, the extra damage from Dragon's Rage Channeler. Yeah, well, that's the way it goes. GG's.